Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here, mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We are looking at their thoughts about you. We have 4 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the number, image, or crystal that resonates with you. You may choose another pile for the same person if you want more information about the connection, or I have other Love Pick a Card readings. You could also choose another pile for another person if you want to look into another connection. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for all your likes, comments, tips, donations, well wishes. It means so much to me. It's not necessary, but when someone goes that extra mile and sends a like and sends a comment and shares their story, or says like something heartwarming, it is the reason we are who we are as humans. We're alive. We're naturally kind-hearted. We don't like to see other people hurt. We generally want other people to be doing well. And every time I see a like or comment or donation, it reminds me of that, of how it's these little moments that makes life so precious. Well, that's my 2 cents for today. I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pal 55 with the Ocean Jasper. Let's look at their thoughts about you. You are pure magic. So I have this image of you just looking or an image of a person just looking very elegant, like maybe laying on a day bed, or laying by the window, or looking out the window, or reading a book by the window, reading on a chair, or like a library chair, like in the study or something, where one of those high back chairs, just like a very regal feeling, ethereal feeling of watching you kind of do something very quietly, something that takes quiet and patience, like looking at the clouds, looking at the stars, maybe brushing your long hair if you have long hair, or reading a very big book, or doing a really intricate sketch. I'm getting like mapping the road, something that takes patience and quiet, and they're watching you and observing you, and it's just like, wow, this person's pure magic. They look so regal, so like ethereal, like a fairy, just doing their like day-to-day thing. That's how they see you. Wow. Nourish your body with high vibing energies. They feel like you take care of yourself really well. You nourish yourself, you eat healthy, or you always try to get back to eating healthy. You know a lot about those kinds of things, maybe like nutrition and exercise, or you cook a lot, you meal prep, or you cook for others. There's a sense of being well nourished. Change one small thing today. Start small. Yeah, there's a air of patience around you, and they do see that as a virtue, probably because they have recognized that they need to work on being more patient themselves. And so when they see it in you, it just kind of, you look like a rock star to them, or like a quiet spiritual rock star. Like someone who, I don't know if you're really spiritual, or if you're into health a lot, or if you're a health guru, or I don't know if you have like if you're really popular on social media, you're like in front of the office, like a receptionist, or you have a really nice job where you have to see a lot of people, dress nicely at work. but you're kind of one of those go-getters. Like you have a post-it on your like laptop or computer screen that says like drink more water or something like that, or don't forget to call this person. Like, you know, you kind of give yourself reminders and you give yourself like little goals to work on, and they so admire that in you. Practice feng shui, create a sacred space, and you kind of take the time out to kind of take care of yourself. There's so much energy about taking care of yourself. You're definitely someone who takes care of themselves, and they appreciate that. It's very appealing when someone is kind of doing their own thing, you know, has their own goals, take care of themselves, makes time for themselves. It's a very sexy quality in someone, and for most people that's very appealing in the opposite sex, or even in a potential partnership. Yeah, whether you two are together already or not, like they are I'm getting aroused by the fact that they catch you in these little moments where you're taking care of yourself. It's very appealing to them. Perform a random act of kindness. Yeah, I'm getting this kind of like they catch you in moments where where they just kind of catch you doing something nice for someone else, doing something nice for yourself, enjoying little moments, you know, and this is what they cherish about you so much. Okay. So what do they think about you in terms of being in a relationship with you? Cheerfulness, yeah. I'm getting, on average, you're usually very cheery in the relationship, or you have that quality. You've shown that quality a lot in the beginning of the connection. Prosperity and compassion. You do very well. Either you have a good job, or you have a job that allows you to have more time and energy to do the things that you want, or gives you the amount of money to do bigger goals outside of work. So you know how to take care of yourself. You take care of yourself very well. You're very abundant, and this person really appreciates that. They want in on that, in fact, because you seem to know how to do life right, and that is very, very appealing to them. Prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. Yeah. So we have those same energies repeating again: cheerfulness, prosperity, compassion, prosperity, happiness, and joy. There's a definite energy there's a easy energy to you. Very calm, relaxed, laid back, even if you don't think you are, or even if you wish you could have more time to do that. Overall, that's what your energy is. That's who you are in your most genuine self. You are more laid back. You are more chill. You are someone who enjoys the smaller things in life, the finer things in life. And that's a very admirable quality. I mean, this person is putting you on a pedestal here. Raw intention. They see that you have some spark for going after things. Like, the things that you like are very you. If you like to try different kinds of foods, different kinds of diets, different kinds of health routines, like, that's so you. You know which ones you like. You know what you like to go after. It makes you excited. It's a very positive attribute that you have, because the things that you like to do are things that improve you. They notice this, that you are constantly improving yourself. You're constantly learning things, how to make yourself look better, how to make your environment look better, how to make yourself healthier, how to make your conversations more interesting, how to make your, voice more appealing, or what colors suit you, what other kinds of movies are there out there that do you like, what other kinds of books out there do you have an interest in besides the ones that you always usually go to. You're always expanding, you're always pushing yourself out of the boundaries little by little, one step at a time, and they want to be that. They want what you have, what you're doing. So what do they think about you in terms of relationships? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So they feel like you're not the kind of person that plays with people's emotions. When you are in a relationship, you are in the relationship purposefully. You want it to work out. You have a reason for the relationship, whether it's a marriage, or you're dating seriously, or you're dating casually, or you just want to kind of get back into the dating scene, or kind of heal some sexual energies. Whatever your situation is, you have an intention when you date, and they like that, because it's like someone who knows what they want and are working towards it. And you also acknowledge that you're not perfect, I'm getting, and that's so cool to them, because it's like, I can be myself with this person, because they allow themselves to make mistakes and learn and grow. That means that they're probably going to allow me to do the same, just be a human being, and not kill me over small mistakes over and over again, because you treat yourself well. You forgive yourself over small things. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Yeah. So again, with the forgiveness, it's such a key thing to be able to forgive yourself, to forgive other people. You have such you don't come with heavy baggage, because you work through things. And granted, everyone has something, no one comes empty-handed, but I feel that you're constantly working on healing relationships and healing yourself and being in a good place. So you don't have this massive amount of just pure toxic trauma energy that needs to be healing. They can feel this lightness around you. It's very appealing. Just your energy is very appealing in itself. You probably magnetize people who want to be around you, who want your advice, who want to be your friend, who wants your energy. You might be good with children or animals. They might be attracted to you just because you have that good, light-hearted energy, and not so much, you're not carrying around so much negativity and past drama and traumas. And they can sense that. And so this person that you're thinking of that can pick these things up on you probably have a very similar quality. They probably also have worked through a lot of their more difficult things in life and have a clear mind as well. So this person right off the bat may seem like a good match for you. Okay. What are some thoughts they're having about this connection right now? We have their thoughts on you, but what about this connection right now? So North Node in reverse, destined to have. They feel like they're out of their wheelhouse with this connection. They feel like you're star-crossed lovers, and what they're meant to do in this lifetime, their purpose, they feel it doesn't line up with your purpose, and they have a hard time dealing with that when it comes to you, because you seem so, you seem like the perfect person from the outside, angelic, and they want you, but they feel like they can't have you, even though you seem to be this like awe-inspiring person, because they feel that you two have different destinies, beauty, and they feel like you're too good looking for them, too beautiful for them. It's not just the way you look, but the way you act, the way you behave. You're very graceful, you're very elegant in your moves, very poised, and they just feel the opposite. I'm in awe, yeah. I mentioned that, awe-inspiring, of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. They feel like you have really good advice, and they see how you're really good with people, for people, and they have no doubt that you'd be able to help them, but I feel like they don't know how they'd be able to help you, because of how they feel like you're so much better than them, so much more on a different level, so like figured things out. Communication is key. They realize that they should talk to you. The moon in reverse, yeah. The full moon right next to the new moon. I feel like there's so many cycles that went by, so many moments where they wanted to talk to you and like tell you how they felt and try to get to know you better, or try to get you to know them better, and try to figure out some similarities, figure out how you can make your lives work together, because they think that you two have different destinies. It's like, how can we make it work? They have this destiny and I have this destiny. How do I combine it? How do we become like this power couple, or this beautiful, have this beautiful future together? And they know if they just told you about this, everything would make sense. Okay, so how do they think about you in terms of this relationship? Knight of Flutes, Knight of Cups in reverse. Hopeless romantic. The Moon card. They think that you're a hopeless romantic. Even though you have a really good system of, like, a good routine to take care of yourself and to live a very good life according to your, unique sensibility, like your unique passions and interests and what you need out of life. Like, you're living a very authentic life and you're nurturing yourself very well. And so they feel like you have like this hopeless romantic part of you. And the limo to the Chariot. And they feel like if they made a move in this connection, like a big romantic move towards you, that you may take that and move the connection much faster. So they might want to communicate with you, or suggest something for the connection, or make a big romantic move towards you, but they're nervous that you might take an inch and run with it for a mile. Like I feel like you might they might want to offer you an inch, and they're afraid that you'll take a mile. Basically, if they asked you out, they might think you'll be planning their wedding, the next week or something like that, like moving too quickly. Or if you're two already together, they feel like if they make a big romantic gesture now, you're going to use that momentum to keep going. If they pay for a big vacation with you now, that you're just going to expect another one coming up soon or something like that. Like they feel like you would take what they give you and push the connection really quickly, and that's just their thoughts. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I really appreciate a like or comment. If it resonated, you know what, I'm feeling that a pink, magenta, or red flower or heart. If you resonated with this, so I know, or whatever, a comment or a like would be really appreciated too. I just kept saying that, like, pink flower emoji. Anyway, if I get enough like pink and red flowers from this pile, the people that view this pile, I'll do a reading soon with a pile that resonates more for you guys. All right, so hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, pile 77 with the tiger's eye. See what your person's thoughts about you are. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. It's so funny because in the previous pile I was mentioning pink flowers, and now they just came and just got chills up my body. There's something so magical about you. You see the world in such a unique way. I feel you might not think so, but they really feel that you have this genuine view of the world, and it really reflects who you are. You see the goodness in people. You see the beauty in the environment around you. You point out like different things that you feel look really pretty, really beautiful, or really just stand out, look really unique, and they love that about you. Whether it's a piece of art or just a menu item or something, it's just like you have a specific eye, and they notice that because of the things that you point out. You share what you like with others. Embrace your inner divine goddess. Okay, so we have the inner world and inner divine goddess, or inner divine god energy. So there's a sense of you really, like, your interests, your passions, you're really into them. You don't care who else likes them or doesn't like them. If other people like them, cool. That's great. Like, you can talk to them about it. If not, that's fine. You still will work hours on end on your specific interests or passions or things that you like. It doesn't bother you if other people don't like the things that you like, or if other people don't understand what you like. But this person does understand the things that you like, because they notice the things that you point out. They notice the movies that you mention, or the food that you mention, or places, locations that you mention, or people and relationships that you mention. Like, they notice things about you. They pay attention to you. And I mean, this person may be observant, and they might observe things about people in general, but they love observing you because you're just so unique and interesting and fascinating to them. That's how they fell in love with you. Show off your sparkle and shine from the inside. Yeah, so this inner beauty, inner divine goddess, god quality, inner sparkle. You have a really good soul, a really good spirit, and it shines out. You're not shy to express your soul. And that is very troublesome for a lot of people. A lot of people have a hard time being very genuine to themselves on a consistent basis. And a lot of people have a hard time distinguishing what's genuinely themselves and what's an imitation of others. You're very genuine. And you have no trouble expressing your soul, but I'm getting that wasn't always the case. I feel like when you were younger, you still had the same very unique qualities that you do now, but they were often hidden and very, very, very seldomly did people notice. This person notices all of them, all the time. Write down your goals and dream big. This person feels like you have the ability to go after big things in life. I'm getting a very big personality, but I don't see you being very like boisterous or loud or like specifically like going out there to find crowds. Like I feel like you're more of a quiet person, but you still have a very big personality. And I'm hearing from them like there's a market for that. So I don't know if I feel like that's their higher self, but like it's spirit talking through their higher self, being like there's a market for what they have. Okay. Journal it out. Write how you feel. So I feel like you write or express yourself in some form of writing very well. Maybe you're really good at text messages, writing emails. Maybe you're very creative. Maybe you can write song lyrics or raps very well, or poetry. You may have really nice handwriting. You might have really nice hands. You might like to journal or scrapbook or a hobby that's very similar to those things. You might have really creative ideas for stories. Maybe a very good channeler. I'm getting like you're good with responses. You know how to write back to people really well, very like thoughtfully. And funny. You have your own unique sense of humor. It's very funny, but I feel like it's not like it's not like a general sense of humor. It's a very specific kind of sense of humor. Like when you want to be funny, you can be funny, but it's not like your main personality trait. I feel like it's just like if you want to dress goofy just because you feel like being goofy, you can do that. If you want to write, funny and memorable lines, you can do that. You're very good at these things. Speaking, you're good at speaking if you need to. Okay, so let's see what they think about you in terms of relationships. What are their thoughts about you in terms of relationships? Graciousness and benevolence. You're like a humanitarian or environmentalist, or I don't know, you have like a social working kind of job, or nurse or doctor, or a blue collar job, or you like gardening, you volunteer, or you like the idea of volunteering. Yeah, something of that sort. Like you see the world for what it really is, and you see where you can help in little ways. If someone at the grocery store came up to you and asked you a question, you take the time to acknowledge them as a person and recognize they came to you for help, and maybe they don't know how to express what they actually need, or they're very shy about asking for help or something, and you recognize these things and you take the time out to help that person. Something like that. Doesn't have to be every day. Doesn't have to be your complete personality, but when it comes to relationships, you'll put aside what you're working on to really hear your partner, really hear what they're trying to say, because I feel like most people don't say exactly what they mean to say. You hear what they mean to say. You take the time to figure it out. Why is this person telling me this? What can I do to help? What do they need from me? Very, very good intuitive person. That's why I think you'd be like, you might not be a social worker, but you might be like in that kind of line of work where you help people. Like you might be like a consultant or a therapist or something of that sort. Or people come to you for those reasons, even if that's not your vocation. I mean, your career. Unanimity and harmony. You're the peacemaker. You're the mediator. You try to get everyone to get along. If you're in a car with a bunch of your friends, you put on music that you feel like everyone would like. You bring food that would be good for any kind of guest. You know, you're that kind of person that thinks above and beyond to include everyone and to make sure there's peace and harmony. I hear something like, you're just that kind of person, you know? You're just that kind of person. It's just peace and love. Follow through. When you say you're going to be somewhere, you're there. You're usually like on time, or you're working on being on time more, because you understand that's a sign of respecting someone else's time. And you want people to respect yours, so you give to others what you want in return. You treat others how you would like to be treated. If someone texts you, you might not text right away, but you can always text them back. Something like that. If you're mad and you're in a relationship and you're mad at that person, you would still text them back to make them know that you're okay, not make them like worry for you. You're that kind of person. Even if you're mad at them, you don't want to talk to them, you're like, I'm fine, I'll be back home at this time, or I'll text you when I'm home, or something like that. Unstick the unstuck. Yeah, unstick the stuck. I feel like you are the kind of person in a relationship that solves an issue. If there's an issue, if you sense there's an issue in the connection, if something feels off or wrong, you always check in. They very, very much appreciate that and like that about you. You're nice, you're generous, you cultivate a sense of harmony in a relationship, a sense of, if something's wrong, let's just work it through. Let's get it out. Fix it. How can we bring harmony and peace into connection again? I couldn't let you get close to me. I feel like you're the kind of person that pushes people away, specifically people that you like a lot in the beginning. This could be friends, family, and specifically romantic relationships. I feel like you always feel like you're not good for other people, or you might want different things than the other person, so you want to kind of take it slow, or you don't want people to get the wrong idea. Maybe you're just so kind that you get a lot of attention, and so people mistake your kindness for interest. And if you feel like you're no good for someone, or if it might not work out in the future because of distance or different goals or whatever, you take the role of the bigger person and try to let them down gently, and give them like a warning, like, hey, this might not work out, we shouldn't get too close, something like that. I feel you, even though we are apart. Yeah. And it sucks because I feel like you're the kind of person that will really, really like a person, but if you feel like you're not the right fit, or you're not healthy for that person, mentally, emotionally, or otherwise, you own up to the situation and you make the bigger move. You're the bigger person, and you make the right move. You do the right thing. And that just locks them in to you. That's the deal maker for them, because they realize you wouldn't do anything to harm them. In fact, you would sacrifice a relationship even though it was beneficial to you, makes you happy, if it wasn't the right connection for them and didn't make them happy. You're the opposite of a narcissist and a egocentric person. Okay, so what are their thoughts about the connection between the two of you right now? What's their thoughts about the connection between the two of you right now? The 12th house, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Okay, so they feel that you were sacrificing the relationship or the connection because for good reasons, because you might have thought that the connection was hurting them, or it wasn't gonna work out in the end and might as well cut it off now, or to prevent more heartache. They feel like you were cutting off the connection, or trying to lessen the connection, or trying to prevent the connection from manifesting more or becoming even more bonded, out of genuine concern for their well-being. It's very nice. Because that's just the kind of person you are. Like, if it was too much for you, even if it's like a distance thing or a money thing or a time thing, they're like, I'll do the hard part, I'll step up, I'll end the connection because it's not good for them. And they either know it or they didn't know it. But oh man, new beginnings. I feel like this person that you picked this pile for, like pile 77, your person maybe even came to you with like, hey, let's start over, let's start fresh, let's try this again or something. And what was your response? And past 77, your person may have been like, let's do this, I'm like 100% certain, I have faith in you, I have faith in our connection, I have faith that this is our destiny. Because I think you needed them to step up, and there's spirit saying that they stepped up, or they have thoughts about stepping up. Wow. Okay, so what I think, yeah, when cards coming out this way, it's like their energy Cards going this way is your energy, so I'm looking, this is their energy. The answers you need are coming. So they're coming to you with answers. Oh wow. So they have thought about something and they're ready to come to you with a new beginning, and voicing their faith in you and the connection, their commitment and their loyalty. I feel like because you're someone that follows through, even if the task is very difficult, especially in relationships, like if you have to be the one who, pushes forward for a goal for the connection, or has to be the one who figures out a difficult issue or situation, or if there's like a rift, being the one to step up always. I feel like you always follow through. You always say you're going to do something to help the relationship and then do it. And this is them giving that back to you. They're coming with answers. Six of Cups, it's a reunion. So I feel like this just happened or is about to happen. I feel like they may have came to you already, and it was not good. Like both of you disagreed, and there were disagreements and disappointments, and now they're coming back to you again with what they listen to you, what you need and what you need to hear. All the answers you need. Because I feel like you're like, I need answers. You're like, if you're not going to give me answers, or if you're not going to give me commitment, or if you're not going to give me loyalty, or if you're not going to if we're not going to have the same goals, or if this is really stressful for you, or this isn't the right timing for you, or if you feel like, we're going to be long distance for a while, or we're going on different paths and we're not going to be able to be together physically for a while, then I'm going to step up and step away from this connection because I need answers and you're not giving them to me. And now they're coming back. Maybe you guys talked before and there's still disagreements. Maybe you opened the dialogue up, open things up for discussion, and they didn't really give you the answers you were looking for, but you did open the dialogue, so things are open. The communication is open between the two of you. And now they're coming back with some answers for you. Reassuring Rose. Oh, wow. 4 of Mirrors, 4 of Swords. So they're coming back with a reassuring Rose. Oh, wow. So they're coming back as a King of Flutes. As a King of Cups. I feel like they understand their responsibility here. They understand their responsibility to you now. And you're a very deserving person. They see you as someone who deserves this. You deserve all the answers. You deserve to know what happened back then and now and everything in between. You deserve to know the complete truth. You deserve to know how they feel. You deserve to know what they're thinking, their plans, everything. They might just have had a hard time expressing their feelings, or they're not someone who is very forward thinking or future, like they don't really plan out their future that far in advance. They didn't know how to do these things well, but for you, you deserve it, and they're gonna give it their all for sure. They're gonna come correctly, very mature, and as in their best romantic, loving way towards you, with all the reassurance, all the answers you need. They're hoping for a reunion. They're offering you a new beginning. Feels like you are the one who stepped away for good reason, and they know you are only doing that out of the kindness of your heart, only if you knew that was what's best for everyone involved. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really, really helps me out, and so much. And it's just a button or a comment. Just even just the emoji of the pile, or the emoji, or a yellow flower. If I get a lot of yellow flowers from people that view this reading, I will do a pile coming up soon that resonates with this group more in the near future. But yeah, just a like, comment, it means so much to me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pal 88 with the rose quartz. Let's see their thoughts about you. What are their thoughts about you? Tune into your inner peace. So I feel like you're very peaceful, or you have at least the look or the demeanor of being someone very peaceful. You might be someone who worked at controlling your anger, controlling your emotions, working better at how you behave outwardly, and it shows. It shows that you're someone who has peace as a priority, keeping the peace, being peaceful, and when you're upset, you can kind of gather yourself and remind yourself to calm down and to look at things more logically, with more reason. Turn lemons into lessons, yeah. So you're a turn lemons into lemonade kind of person. I feel like even when things go bad, and while human, I feel like it happens. I feel like you might have came up from a very loud family, or very emotional family, or with a lot of drama, maybe a single parent household, where you're the oldest or the youngest or something, and you had to really work at quieting your voice, not interrupting others, not being quick to anger. And they really appreciate this, because either they're exactly like you or exactly the opposite. They might be very quiet, but they notice that you kind of work on these things. You try not to be so rude, or you try to stop your outbursts, and they appreciate that. Or they're exactly like you, and they can appreciate the amount of work and effort it goes into being more of a calming presence for people. They really appreciate that. Forgive someone, yeah. I feel like you ask for forgiveness a lot. You're very humble, and you understand when you're in the wrong, or if you could have handled something better. And they really appreciate that in you, because they see you as someone that has a lot of self-awareness, and won't get stuck on something, and will try to seek forgiveness and to forgive others. Live and let live, I'm getting. Why get mad at someone if they don't have the same beliefs as me, or won't, organize the same way as me, or speak the same way as me, or hold the same life views as me? Live and let live. Live and let live. I feel like you might have had a phase where you said sorry too much. You kind of took it upon yourself to, you felt like a lot of issues were your fault. get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. Yeah, there's something about like you're a very like calm person, or you seem like you should be a very calm person, but you had like, I don't know, like a specific kind of like upbringing I'm getting. Maybe your parents had a divorce or something like that, where you kind of took it upon yourself as a child. Like you kind of blamed yourself for some things going wrong in the past. Yeah, kind of like your person that you're looked up this reading for, Pile 88. They wonder what your life would be like if you grew up in a different environment or with different circumstances or something like that. Like, oh, you're very smart. What if you had the opportunities? Or, you seem like you're very kind and good natured. What if you grew up with a different, family or upbringing? So, things like that. You're very generous. What if more people were like you? Like things like that. You make this person wonder. Like you're capable of so much, and you're such a like I'm getting treasured soul that there's a feeling of like they wish you can have everything, and they wish that they could help you get everything that you want in this world, because you would do good with it. You would take the opportunity to heart. You would share any abundance that you were given. Share your kindness. You're just that kind of person I'm getting from them. Stay away from drama today. Yeah. Have this like desire to stay away from drama, but I feel like you've had moments where drama just follows you, or I don't know, there's always something going on around you. And this person noticed like you're not the shit starter, for first of all. You're the one trying to like stay away from all the drama, all the chaos. Like what if you had a cabin in the woods, or a private beach house, or like you lived in a very secluded area. Like they feel like you would be more yourself. I feel like you always end up in these circumstances where people are just like fighting around you, or living a lifestyle that's not you. And so you avoid it. You're like, I'm not going to cause drama. I'm not going to start an issue. I'm just going to stay away. And they notice this. They notice how much like strength you have, how much how much of a bigger person you are than the people who are causing drama around you, because you avoid that. You try to see what's the best for everyone involved. How can you help them and they help you? You kind of try to get the best out of the situation. Okay, so I just paused right there for a second to grab some water, but then I heard like someone running down my street. I went to go look, and there's this cop running after this dude, and I was just thinking how funny it was, because it's like running away from drama. And it's literally happening in front of my place. Okay, on to the next thing. Okay, so what are their thoughts about you in terms of relationships? Anticipation. They're very excited because it seems like you're a very interesting person, and you never know what's going to happen next with you. You might be a hothead, very stubborn, or very eccentric, very weird, or very unusual, interesting, unique. And So it's kind of always like fun being with you because you never know what you're gonna get, and in the best ways. Because like it could be like you think of an adventure right in the moment, and you do things that like aren't planned, and it wouldn't have happened if you weren't there. Like they're like, I could have the same exact day, but if they weren't there, we wouldn't have had all these like different adventures, you know? So they really find you very exciting. And if this is like a new connection, they can't wait to get to the next level, to get to know you more. Or if there's been little to no communication, they're like waiting for the day that you two kind of get things going again. And if you've been in a relationship for a long time, they're excited for this next new big thing that you two are doing together. I'm getting strength of character and moral integrity. Yeah, you have really good strong morals. I'm getting like maybe it's been passed down. Maybe your grandparents were, very moral, had high standards, high morals for themselves, strong character. You right wrongs for yourself, and maybe for even other people. You might be in like a security or protection kind of career, or teacher or writer, a storyteller of some sort. You might be very religious, or very humanitarian. Yeah. You might work in law, managerial position. Yeah. There's a feeling that you can go far just based on the strength of your character and your morality. And you might not think so, but this person feels like it. You might think that like, oh, it's because of your high morals and high standards for yourself and your strength of character that often sets you back in a lot of things, a lot of opportunities. But this person doesn't see it that way. No, neither does Spirit. They feel that these situations gave you more strength of character. It gave you more character. It gave you more strength. Wow. And because of that, like Spirit and this person believes that you will go far in life. I'm getting from them. It's not about doing everything right. It's about knowing when you aren't doing the right thing and then correcting yourself. Doing the right thing even when you make a mistake, kind of thing. This person sees that. Yeah. You are light. Yeah. They see, like, you might feel like you came from like a, not so good upbringing, or maybe you came from poverty, or maybe you came from an abusive situation, or situations. I'm getting like from rags to riches, from like dirt poor to like penthouse kind of feel. Like, that's sorry. Dang it. I apologize for the noise. That was just the ambulance coming in. I think someone 5150'd him, I think. Yeah, but he was like laughing his ass off when he was getting arrested. It was kind of crazy. Anyway, that's all done. I live in a good area. I just live closest heart of the city. Fearless expression. You are light and fearless expression. I love this baby pink and baby blue. They admire this ability that you have to just kind of muster up this courage to just say what you have to say what's right, do what you think is right. You have a really strong inner child. I'm getting that's what keeps you in balance. Like, you always check in with your inner child. Like, okay, what would, like, you never let that person die. Like, you never let your inner child die and be corrupted and assume that it's like, okay, it's okay to lie, it's okay to steal, it's okay to, it's only this one time. It's all, yeah, you cheat. You could cheat this one time, or yeah, it's okay to flirt with this person, or it's okay to talk to this person back, or they're the one who sent me the picture. Like, you're not like that person. You're very innocent. You know what's wrong when it's wrong, and you're right. It's like if someone's trying to flirt with you and you're with a person, you know to shut it down or to let them know that you have a person. If they're like, oh, that's fine, like we could just be friends, then you're like, okay, that's fine. They're like, oh yeah, that's okay, I don't mind that you have a person, like we can still talk. It's like, no, not a good person. Like, you have a really good high standard and morality about you. I know that I crossed the line with you. They feel like in a relationship, you're the kind of person that, like, if you were to cross the line, you would tell the person. If not immediately, like when there's like an appropriate time, soon after, you would like take it. And the only reason you wouldn't tell them immediately is because you just kind of need to like process it yourself, or figure out what to say and how to say it, kind of thing. Wow. So many things remind me of you. This person finds you in everything. They just think this main quality that you have, strength of character, being a very honest to good person, someone who I'm not saying like you're not like very conniving, or you can't be conniving, or you can't like be very mean. Like, you can, like, you have this like power inside of you that like if someone messes with you, they'll feel your wrath, but you keep that at bay. You only use it in appropriate times, and it rarely comes out because you practice so much of being like a good person. But yeah, like, you, even in situations where like there's so much about you, like there's so many talents and skills that you have that you probably don't use as much because you feel like it's not good. Like, it might be manipulative or something like that. But you can use those skills in good ways. I feel like you just didn't have good examples, or you just weren't interested in exploring those skills because of situations where you kind of use them for bad. For example, like if you were in a situation where you and two coworkers, or you and two friends, or you and two family members were in an argument, instead of just leaving the argument with you winning, you can figure out a way to make each person win, including yourself. So like, you can use your skills in like better ways. And that's why they're kind of saying like, if you're given opportunities to learn or opportunities to work, in these kind of positions where you're like a judge, or where you get like power to kind of right wrongs in society, kind of be a mediator, then you would do really well in those situations. So this person basically feels like you have such a good baseline for like life, for everything, that literally every day that goes by, every time they're wherever they are, like everything reminds them of you, because they're like, oh, this is how Pilot 88 would do it. They're just like, they refer to everything through you. You know, you're the reference to everything. And so this was such a powerful compliment that they give you, because they see you as like an example of who to be, an example partner in a relationship, someone who's not perfect and can admit that and is working to become the most perfect version of themselves in the most imperfect way. Perfectly imperfect, I'm getting. Like, they'll talk about, like, you know, birthmarks you have, and, you know, how you don't have like the most typical features. Maybe you have your very unique eye shape or nose shape or mouth shape or something like that. Or face shape or something. I got something unique like that. Like something you were born with is very unique. Your body, it's just kind of perfectly imperfect. I'm kidding. Okay, so what do they think about you in this relationship in this moment? Okay, 11th house, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. Yeah. So with the whole humanitarian, yeah, you're both very like-minded. So this person may also be very interested in helping others through their profession. They feel like you two can get along as friends. That's why everything reminds them of you, because they feel like they can think of an inside joke or something you said about everything that they see. You know, if they see like an advertisement for something, like an actor or an actress, a movie, a fruit, some type of food, a specific location, like a color, even, like everything has a reference back to you. And they just feel like you two are so like-minded and very good friends first, and a very serious romance, not just like a fly-by-night situation. And sextile, a combination of tension and flow. I feel like there's like a situation where you might challenge each other, you might want to one-up each other, and it's like a friendly competition between the two of you, because you both are so like-minded. You might be working in the same field or have similar interests, similar hobbies or something, where you both kind of challenge each other to kind of do better, because you both like doing the same things. Maybe both of you are organized, and like one person will come out with like this bookshelf, like, all right, I see your bookshelf and I raise you this credenza or something, or I don't know. It's just like you two kind of like one up each other. And it keeps life interesting. Like, you guys are friendly. It's like, you know, you have your friends in life, you have your family, you have your enemies, you have your competitors, you know. And if they're all in one person, like, just imagine how big that bond is between the two of you. Okay. So what do they think about your specific connection right now? Okay. Boundaries. They feel like there's like no boundaries between the two of you. You two can talk about anything. Like, you can talk about exes even, and it won't make the other person jealous. Maybe a little bit, but not so much where you just get angry and shut the other person out. It's like you kind of try to understand where the other person came from, what their situation was like, what affected them, that kind of thing. You know, if someone needs more toilet paper, lube paper, like the other person, that's okay to hand it to them. It's like very like no holding back kind of relationship. Like, you two are very, very attached, or can be, in this connection. They like this. They think it's a very positive thing, the fact that you two have so many different layers to your relationship. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Yeah. It feels like you two are kind of like ahead of the curve. Like, you two are always one step ahead of most people of yourselves or your own goals. Like you might be like, oh, like even small things like, oh yeah, let's go out to eat tonight, let's go to a restaurant, and the other person's like, oh, I knew you were gonna ask to go out tonight, and I found this restaurant that I think you might actually like. It's like you two are always one step ahead of each other. One person, asks, like, just wrote down on their get at the groceries list, get milk, and they're coming home with milk already in hand or something like that. Or hey, I need to talk to this person about this thing. They text you, they call you, and they bring that subject up. It's like that you two are always like, it seems like one step ahead of the situation. It's kind of nice, I'm hearing. You guys are on the same vibe. It's good because when you're on the same vibe, there's like no past, present, future. Like you guys can understand each other's pasts without even actually talking about it. And you guys can know what the other person wants for the future, or what's next for you two in the future, without having to like actually visualize it. If you're on the same vibe, there's a timelessness to that aspect, and you can intuit each other's past and futures very well. That's the kind of connection this is. Nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, I was just thinking that, but like, although you can go back and see each other's like past and present and future, I feel like the two of you haven't committed completely to each other yet. Because I the way they look at you, they're admiring you from afar. They're very close to you, but they're not committed to you yet. Even the way they talked about how you might be in a relationship, it's kind of like if you were to be in a relationship, or if you were to be more serious or more committed. I'm getting like, why aren't we already in a commitment or leveled up in this connection yet? I don't know. Elder of Swords, King of Swords. Communication. They know and you know, like, someone needs to bring this up. Like, once it's on the table, both of you are kind of good enough people where you wouldn't dismiss it. Like, you wouldn't shut the other person down. You would have a conversation with them, even if you didn't make you comfortable. And they know that, you know that. So it's just kind of like someone needs to just bring it up, you know? The villain, the devil. Yeah, it's like who's gonna take the hit, who's gonna bring up this topic of conversation about leveling the connection up or coming together or, doing this thing. Like, because it's kind of like both of you are kind of tiptoeing around, because like you know that like you two are supposed to be in a connection already, like a next level of commitment already, and it's kind of just like, okay, well, who's gonna say it first, you know? Like, who's gonna bring it, who's gonna be the bad guy and say the thing, that the elephant in the room, who's gonna bring it up, who's gonna do, who's gonna take the hit for the connection. Because it's kind of like ruining what you two already have in order to take the risk of something more. And both of you can feel it, like it's going to happen soon. It's like, okay, I hope they do it. And they're hoping you do it. All right. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I'd really appreciate a like, comment. It really, really helps me out. I'm sorry for so many distractions during this reading, but it just kind of goes with the energy, or the two of you may have had many opportunities. And the divine keeps bringing you together to kind of level up this connection and do the right thing. It's like practice what you preach. Both of you are kind of like do-gooders, or people who like, stand up for, what you believe in, for your convictions. It's like, okay, well, this is one of the biggest things that you can do it in. Who's going to do it? Who's going to make the first move? Spirit's watching. Your guidance is watching. Okay. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, Pile 99 with the orange calcite. Let's look at their thoughts of you. What are their thoughts of you? Let go of control and relax into the flow. Okay, so I feel like they feel like you're very organized. You have a really tight schedule. You're a very busy person. You have a lot going on in your life. That's what makes you so interesting, but it also makes you very like things need to work in your schedule, on your time, and the way that you want it. They find that a little bit sexy, a little bit attractive, because you're kind of maybe a little bit stubborn, but also kind of very, there's a seductress element in the bedroom, kind of, or they fantasize about that, being like, very strict, or you know what you want, you know what you like demand of the other person, the other partner. They like that you have a little bit of power, a little bit of control, more control than most. It's kind of like you don't need them, but you act like you don't need them, but you probably do need someone more than most people, just because of the sheer volume of things you take on. Celebrate yourself. You deserve it. Yeah. It's like you need someone to kind of take you by the hand and like be like, you need a break. You need a spa day. You need to have lunch with me. You need to, shut the computer off, or, you're so go that you probably need someone to kind of pull you back and kind of ground you and center you. Because they feel like you have so much to celebrate. You don't even take the time to celebrate your big wins, let alone your small wins. And they're like, you should be celebrating your small wins and big wins, because no one has so much to celebrate as you do. You're achieving a lot of things, a lot. Breathe in bliss and exhale bullshit. Yeah. I feel like you're the kind of person who knows how to like be calm through drama at work. I'm getting specifically at work, but like maybe in anything. Family members, like, you know how to cut through the bullshit, and it's like, okay, what's the important thing here? What do we actually need to solve? Let's go do that. Put your emotions aside, get things done, you know how to, I feel like you know how to kind of take a situation and get to the bottom of it really quickly. They admire that so much. They think that's so sexy. Surround yourself with your soul tribe, and it came out in reverse. So I'm getting that they don't feel like you have enough good people around you, or I'm feeling you might have like one or two good friends, or maybe co-workers, or maybe even an assistant or something like that, because I feel like you're a boss. But you don't really have anyone that you can really just talk to about important things in your life, or someone to rely on, even at work. I'm getting and they feel like you need that. Like, yeah, a partner would be nice, but you might need more than just a partner. I'm getting a little sense of worry, because they're like, I don't want to be the one who's like the only person taking care of you. Like, I think you need some time to mend some relationship with friends, or make some new family type relationships with people, or actual family, so you're taken care of, because you're sometimes so doing so much that you forget to take care of yourself and celebrate, and but you're really good at what you do, and so they're like, they admire you, but it's like they kind of want you to be more well-rounded, just so like they don't get the brunt of it if they were to be in a relationship with you, or if they are in a relationship with you, they're like kind of like, oh honey, I hope you have some like a girls weekend or a boys weekend, because it's like, it seems like you need it. I can only like bring you out so much, like you need someone who can, I need to tap in someone else to work on you. I'm kidding. Slow down and rest, you need it. Yeah, they definitely are picking up on that. that you need, like, it's like you need to spend time by yourself to relax and slow down and just breathe. But it's like you're not going to do it for yourself, so you need people around you who are going to help you do that. Okay, so what do they think about you in terms of relationships? What are their thoughts about you in terms of relationships? Okay, first, emotions of love. So I feel like they think in terms of relationships, well, first of all, they fell in love with you at first sight, and they feel like you're kind of a similar person. You don't have time to kind of like I feel like you meet a lot of people, you do a lot of things, and so you don't have a lot of time to just kind of like get to know people. For like, it's like I don't have 6 months or a year to like see if this relationship is gonna work. I need to know on the first several dates, like, is this gonna work or is this not, you know? So I feel like you're a no nonsense kind of person, even in relationships, or at least this person thinks that you are. So you might like ask a lot of like deep questions on the first few days, and they don't mind this. They kind of like this. Again, this person likes the fact that you're very organized and you know what you want and you're not a time waster. But even now, like, I'm talking really fast. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's you know, interesting how different people are. But, you know, people who don't do enough probably need a kick in the butt sometimes to do more. People who do too much maybe need you know, a nice warm arm on their shoulder to tell them to kind of calm down. So like you're the kind of person who's like maybe go too much and needs someone to kind of remind them to slow down. I'm not like kind of throwing shade at you, just kind of, you know, everyone's different and everyone has their own things that they need to work on. This is yours. They like it. They like a person who's go because they're probably a little bit more slower. I mean, like, for someone who likes to take it slow, or also have a similar lesson of like trying to, you know, take things one step at a time. Playfulness. They do think you're very playful, like you're very skilled. Just because you're very like have a very boss, stuttering here, very boss attitude. You're very organized. You're on top of things. You know, you work towards what an advantage, you know. But the reason you get the deals done, the reason you are so good with business or with people or working people or reading people or, you know, reading good deals or staying on top of trends and stuff like that is like one of the ways that you acquire all this knowledge and skills is because of your playfulness. You're very personable. People like you. You have a bigger than like a very big personality, very bold personality. People, you know, like that in conversation, at parties. It's just that you don't have time to do that because you have more important things to do, right? Hidden secrets. Yeah, it just makes you more mysterious. It's like, who is this person? They're always on the go. They have a very bold personality. They say very serious and mysterious things, very interesting, very intellectual things. They seem to know things. They know how to read people. They know how to read situations, and then they just disappear. They're not in the room anymore. They want to be part of that world. They want to be part of your world. They find you so fascinating, so interesting. Okay. Let's see. So many cards coming up for you. All right. Welcome the divine masculine. Yeah, you must have a very strong masculine energy. Not that you're not feminine or have feminine energy, balanced energy as well. But I mean, obviously not, because like you don't really take much time to take care of yourself. You might dress really well. You might look really nice. You might be able to get along with feminine energies really well. But you know, you're definitely have the more masculine energy of like a go-getter, you know, doing things in the physical, action-oriented. Your past supports your future. I feel like you've done a lot in your past, whether that's through education or experience or work experience, whatever it is. You've you are who you are today because of all the stuff you put in, and it's very easy for people to see you're very successful because of all your successes in the past. Again, you're the kind of person who keeps achieving things, moving forward. What do you really want? So they're kind of stuck with this question now of like, yeah, I would love to date someone like you, or be with someone like you, or commit to you, or go to the next level with you, but I don't really know what you want. Like, is this what you really want? Your business, your career, your ambitions, your goals, or is there room for a partner in there? And so they're really kind of curious into what your future plans look like, including a partner. They don't really know. It's very mysterious for them. Okay, so what do they think of your connection with them right now? What are their thoughts of you two right this moment? Cardinal, yeah. Instigation, bravery, a pioneering spirit. Yeah, that's you. You might have actually a lot of cardinal signs in your chart. That's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Wow. So they feel like you'd be kind of very similar in the connection. The two of you, I feel like you're kind of like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to do for our next date. Like, oh, I kind of want you to call me at this time, or hey, I'm going to see a friend. I want you to meet. Like, you're very much like similar in a relationship. You kind of move the connection along at your pace. Manifestation, you make things happen very quickly. Truth, because you know who you are, you know what you want, and because of that, you're able to manifest it much quicker. You have experience in this because you've done it all your life, or for most of your life. You're a very experienced manifester. You know how to get things done, what to do. You're very action oriented, And they feel like you do the same in the connection between the two of you. Oh my goodness, it's the actual cardinal. That's so funny. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me to compassionately towards the highest good. They would love to just go along with where you lead. They're like, where you lead, I will follow, because it's very divine how much you know yourself and how you go after what you want. It's a trait that people desire a lot, to have someone who's very secure in themselves, know what they are, who they are, what they want, the kind of life they want, and then make it happen. It's very sexy. And they're for it. They're all for it. They want that. They're down. A new start is coming, okay? So I believe something is about to happen in this connection, or they believe at least something is about to happen in this connection. Something's going to start. Explorer of Wands in reverse. That's the Knight of Wands in reverse. And that's very much an energy of rushing into things. But they're not really against that. Let's see. Challenge winner. Six of Roses, Six of Wands. So you're a winner. So they're like, yeah, I'm not afraid of doing things fast with you, even if things don't go exactly perfectly. Like, you're someone who gets things done and does things right, and you're a winner. And I want to be on that winning team. And last but not least, I wanted one more card, but there's so many cards that came up in that row. No space for this. Just being near you is intoxicating. So they live off the energy that you exude, and exude so well. You have a lot of energy because you're on your own divine path. And people might not understand it. They might not think you're spiritual enough, or they might not think you're altruistic enough, helping others enough, you know. But you're just being you, and that is the best way you can live this life. And this person knows it, feels it, and, you know, gets high off that energy and wants to be in that world with you. And they're just asking, like, how much can I be a part of your world? How much room did you have for a partner, and what does that future look like? Right? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I really appreciate a like or comment. It lets me know that these out there readings resonate deeply with many people. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.